Your skin is aging faster than it should, and it's not because of your genes. It's not because of your age, and it's not because you haven't found the right cream yet. It's because your body has quietly stopped producing the one protein that holds everything together, and nobody told you why. Collagen makes up 75% of your skin. It's what keeps it firm, smooth, and elastic. But after 40, your body loses roughly 1% of its collagen every single year. By the time most people notice the change in the mirror, the sagging jaw, the deeper lines, the skin that no longer bounces back, they've already lost 20 to 30% of what they had. And here's what the skincare industry doesn't want you to know. The $200 collagen creams you're applying to your face cannot penetrate the dermis. The collagen molecule is physically too large to absorb through skin. You are rubbing an expensive lotion on the surface of a problem that lives deep in your tissue. But for thousands of years, long before laboratories, long before anti-aging serums, ancient healers already knew exactly which plants could instruct the body to rebuild collagen from the inside out. These plants weren't exotic. They weren't rare. They were growing in fields, forests, and apothecary gardens across the ancient world. And then, modern medicine forgot them. Today, I'm going to show you 7 of them. Plants with real clinical research behind them. Plants that work at the cellular level, not on the surface of your skin, but inside the tissue where collagen is actually made. Stay with me, because plant number 4 was used by Roman physicians specifically for skin repair after injury, and a 2019 clinical trial just confirmed it increases collagen synthesis by up to 60%. And plant number 7 was so valued in the ancient world that it was traded alongside gold. Modern dermatology is finally understanding why. Let's get into it. Plant number 1, horsetail. Before there were supplements, before there were serums, there was horsetail, one of the oldest plants on Earth. Horsetail has been growing on this planet for over 350 million years. It survived the extinction of the dinosaurs, and healers from ancient Greece, Rome, and China were using it for skin, hair, and bone repair long before anyone understood why it worked. The Greek physician Dioscorides documented horsetail in the 1st century AD for wound healing and tissue repair. Traditional Chinese medicine used it for what they called strengthening the exterior, which we now understand means strengthening the structural proteins of the body, including collagen. Here is why horsetail is unlike almost any other plant when it comes to collagen. It contains the highest concentration of organic silica found in any plant, up to 25% of its dry weight. And silica is the mineral your body needs to manufacture collagen. Without adequate silica, your fibroblasts, the cells responsible for producing collagen, cannot function properly. They slow down, they become less efficient, and your skin begins to lose its structure. A study published in the Archives of Dermatological Research found that silicon supplementation significantly increased collagen synthesis and skin elasticity in women over 40. Another study showed improvements in skin thickness, hair strength, and nail integrity with regular silica supplementation. Horsetail also contains flavonoids, including quercetin and camphorol, that protect the collagen you already have from being broken down by free radicals. Here is how to use it. Take 1 heaping tablespoon of dried horsetail herb. Place it in a cup of just boiled water. Cover it, this is important, and let it steep for a full 20 minutes. The cover traps the volatile compounds that would otherwise escape with the steam. Strain and drink 1 to 2 cups daily. Consistent use over 8 to 12 weeks is where you will see the difference in skin elasticity, in nail strength, and in hair texture. You can find dried horsetail herb at any health food store or online. I have linked to the specific brand I recommend in the description below. One more thing about horsetail that most people never hear. In a world where we spend billions of dollars on synthetic collagen supplements, hydrolyzed collagen powders, collagen peptide drinks, marine collagen capsules, the fundamental question nobody asks is this: can your body actually use that collagen once you swallow it? The answer is complicated. Collagen peptides from supplements are broken down in the digestive tract into individual amino acids before they ever reach your skin. Your body then has to reassemble those amino acids into new collagen, and to do that, it needs silica. It needs the exact compound that Horsetail provides. In other words, if you are taking a collagen supplement and not getting adequate silica, you may be providing the raw materials without the construction equipment needed to use them. Horsetail is the construction equipment. That is why it belongs at the beginning of this list. Plant number 2, Gotu Kola. In Ayurvedic medicine, the ancient healing system of India that dates back over 3,000 years, Gotu Kola was called the herb of longevity. It was said that Sri Lankan elephants, known for their extraordinary lifespan, regularly ate Gotu Kola leaves, and so people started eating it too. In traditional Chinese medicine, it was used to heal wounds, burns, and skin conditions that wouldn't respond to other treatments. Ancient texts describe healers applying Gotu Kola preparations directly to wounds to encourage faster, cleaner healing with less scarring. This is a plant that healers on opposite sides of the world independently discovered and came to the same conclusion about. That tells you something. Gotu Kola is now one of the most researched plants in dermatology, and the research is remarkable. It contains a group of compounds called triterpenoids, specifically asiaticoside, medecoside, and asiatic acid, that have been shown in multiple clinical trials to directly stimulate fibroblast activity. Your fibroblasts are the cells that produce collagen. Gotu Kola essentially tells them to work harder. A double-blind, placebo-controlled trial published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology found that women who took Gotu Kola extract for 12 weeks showed significant improvements in skin firmness, elasticity, and hydration compared to placebo. A separate study found that Gotu Kola reduced the appearance of stretch marks by stimulating new collagen formation in the dermis. And perhaps most importantly, Gotu Kola has been shown to improve the quality of collagen, not just the quantity. It helps organize collagen fibers properly, which is what gives skin its smooth, structured appearance. For the tea, steep 1 teaspoon of dried Gotu Kola leaves in hot water for 10 minutes. Drink 1 to 2 cups daily. For faster results, a standardized extract in capsule form, standardized to 10% asiaticosides, taken at 500 milligrams twice daily, is what most of the clinical research has used. Plant number 3, Amla, the Indian gooseberry. In Ayurvedic medicine, Amla is considered one of the most sacred healing fruits in existence. It is the primary ingredient in Chyawanprash, an ancient herbal formula that has been prepared for over 2,500 years and is still taken daily by millions of people across India today. Ancient Sanskrit texts describe Amla as a substance that rejuvenates tissue, slows aging, and restores vitality. Healers prescribed it specifically for skin, hair, and what they described as the brightness that comes from within. They were describing, without the vocabulary of modern biochemistry, exactly what Amla does at the cellular level. Amla contains one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C found in any natural food source, roughly 20 times the vitamin C content of an orange, gram for gram. And vitamin C is not optional for collagen synthesis. It is essential. Here is the biochemistry in simple terms. Collagen is made from amino acids, but before those amino acids can form the structure that gives collagen its strength, they must go through a process that requires vitamin C as a cofactor. Without vitamin C, collagen cannot form properly. This is why severe vitamin C deficiency causes scurvy, a disease where tissue breaks down, gums bleed, and skin literally falls apart. The body cannot maintain its collagen without vitamin C. Amla also contains tannins and polyphenols that protect vitamin C from oxidation, meaning the vitamin C in Amla is significantly more stable and bioavailable than synthetic ascorbic acid supplements. A clinical trial published in Phytotherapy Research found that Amla extract significantly improved skin elasticity in subjects over 40. Another study showed improvements in skin hydration and a reduction in fine lines after 90 days of supplementation. Half a teaspoon of Amla powder in warm water with a small amount of raw honey every morning on an empty stomach. This is the traditional preparation, and it allows maximum absorption. Plant number 4, rosehip. This is the plant I mentioned at the beginning, used by Roman physicians specifically for skin repair, and confirmed by a 2019 clinical trial to increase collagen synthesis by up to 60%. Rosehips, the fruit of the wild rose, have been used medicinally since ancient Rome. The Roman physician Pliny the Elder documented their use for wound healing and skin repair in the 1st century AD. Medieval European herbalists prescribed rose hip preparations for damaged, aging, and scarred skin. During World War II, when citrus fruits became scarce in Britain, the government organized mass collection of wild rose hips to make rose hip syrup, understanding that this small fruit was one of the most potent sources of vitamin C available. Rose hip is extraordinary for collagen for 2 distinct reasons. First, like Amla, it contains exceptional levels of vitamin C, providing the essential cofactor for collagen synthesis. But second, and this is what makes rose hip unique, it contains a fatty acid called GoPo, or galactolipid, that has been shown in clinical research to have specific anti-inflammatory effects on connective tissue. The 2019 study published in the journal Nutrients found that rose hip powder supplementation significantly increased skin collagen density and reduced the depth of wrinkles after 8 weeks. Participants showed up to a 60% increase in collagen synthesis markers compared to baseline. Rose hip powder, 1 teaspoon in water or a smoothie daily. This is the form used in most clinical research. Rose hip seed oil, applied topically to the face, neck, and décolletage after cleansing, morning and evening. The oil absorbs quickly, leaves no greasy residue, and is one of the few plant oils with genuine clinical evidence for topical collagen support. Both the powder and the oil are linked in the description below. Plant number 5, Comfrey. Comfrey's folk name tells you everything you need to know. It was called knitbone. For centuries, in medieval Europe, in traditional Arabic medicine, in Native American healing traditions, comfrey was the plant healers reached for when tissue needed to knit itself back together. Broken bones, torn ligaments, damaged skin, deep wounds. The name comes from the Latin confirmare, to make firm, to strengthen, and that is precisely what comfrey does at the cellular level. Comfrey root contains a compound called allantoin, and allantoin is one of the most well-documented cell-proliferating agents known to modern science. Cell proliferation means cells multiplying and reproducing. When you apply comfrey to damaged tissue, the allantoin signals cells to divide and produce new tissue, including new collagen, at an accelerated rate. Multiple randomized controlled trials have confirmed that topical comfrey root extract significantly accelerates wound healing and improves skin repair after damage. One important note: comfrey is for external use only. Used as a salve or cream on the skin, it is remarkably safe and effective. Do not take it internally. Look for a comfrey root salve or cream, applied to areas of skin concern twice daily, massaging gently into the skin. I have linked to a trusted brand in the description. Plant number 6, Gynostemma. In the mountainous regions of southern China and northern Vietnam, there are villages known for producing an unusual number of people who live past 100 years old. Researchers who studied these communities found one consistent factor in their daily habits. They all drank a tea made from a climbing vine called Gynostemma. They called it jiaogulan, the herb of immortality. Traditional Chinese medicine used Gynostemma for centuries for what practitioners described as strengthening the whole body, improving energy, reducing inflammation, and maintaining the youthful integrity of tissue. Gynostemma contains over 100 saponins called gypenosides, a concentration found nowhere else in the plant kingdom. Many of these gypenosides are structurally similar to the ginsenosides found in ginseng, one of the most studied adaptogenic compounds in the world. For collagen specifically, Gynostemma has been shown to activate an enzyme called AMPK, sometimes called the master metabolic switch of the cell. When this enzyme is activated, it triggers cellular repair processes, including the upregulation of collagen synthesis. Studies have also shown Gynostemma reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that is one of the primary destroyers of collagen in the body. Chronic stress elevates cortisol. Cortisol activates enzymes that break down collagen, and skin ages faster. Gynostemma interrupts that cycle. Steep 1 teaspoon of dried gynostemma leaves in hot water for 5 minutes. The taste is mildly sweet and slightly grassy. Drink 2 to 3 cups daily. In the longevity villages of China, it was consumed throughout the day as a replacement for regular tea. Plant number 7, frankincense. And here we are at the final plant, the one that was traded alongside gold in the ancient world. Frankincense, the resin of the Boswellia tree, appears in the Old Testament, in ancient Egyptian medical papyri, in Ayurvedic texts, in traditional Chinese medicine, and in the healing traditions of the Arabian Peninsula. It was burned in temples, used in anointing oils, prescribed for wounds and inflammation, and considered sacred across virtually every ancient culture that encountered it. It was one of the gifts brought to Jesus at birth, listed alongside gold and myrrh. This was not a decorative gesture. In the ancient world, frankincense was medicine, extraordinarily valuable medicine. And modern dermatology is finally catching up to why. Frankincense resin contains boswellic acids, compounds that modern research has shown to be among the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories ever studied. For skin and collagen specifically, inflammation is one of the primary drivers of collagen breakdown. Chronic, low-grade inflammation activates enzymes that degrade collagen, damages the cells that produce it, and accelerates visible aging. This process is sometimes called inflammaging, inflammation-driven aging. Boswellic acids inhibit the enzyme that drives this inflammatory cascade. Clinical studies have shown frankincense extract reduces inflammatory markers and protects connective tissue from degradation. A study published in the Journal of Drugs and Dermatology found that topical frankincense extract improved skin tone, reduced the appearance of fine lines, and improved skin elasticity after just 30 days of use. Frankincense essential oil diluted in a carrier oil, 3 to 5 drops in 1 tablespoon of jojoba or rosehip oil, applied to the face and neck after cleansing. Boswellia extract in capsule form, 300 to 500 milligrams of a standardized extract taken daily, for the internal anti-inflammatory effects that protect collagen throughout the entire body. Quality matters with frankincense. Look for Boswellia serrata extract, standardized to a minimum of 65% boswellic acids. The specific brand I recommend is linked in the description below. Before we close, I want to give you one practical framework for using what you learned today. Do not try to start all 7 plants at once. That is the mistake most people make. They get excited, they order everything at the same time, and then they cannot tell what is working. Start with 2. For the first 4 weeks, take Amla powder every morning and drink Gotu Kola tea every afternoon. These 2 together cover the vitamin C pathway and the fibroblast stimulation pathway, the 2 most fundamental mechanisms in collagen synthesis. At week 5, add rosehip powder to your morning routine alongside the Amla. At week 8, introduce topical frankincense oil in the evening. By week 12, your body will have been consistently supported across 4 distinct collagen pathways for 3 months. That is when the structural changes become visible. That is when people start asking what you have been doing differently. The plants do not change overnight, but with consistency and a smart sequencing approach, they change everything. 7 plants, 7 different corners of the ancient world, 7 independent traditions that arrived at the same conclusion, that the body has everything it needs to repair and rebuild itself if you give it the right tools. Your skin losing its firmness is not inevitable. Your collagen declining is not just aging. It is your body telling you that something it needs has been taken away by processed food, by chronic stress, by a medical system that reaches for the prescription pad before it ever considers what the earth has already provided. The knowledge we covered today was not discovered recently. It was not invented in a laboratory. It was accumulated over thousands of years by healers who paid attention, who observed what worked, who passed the knowledge forward, until one day, modern medicine decided it knew better and quietly let these plants be forgotten. That is why this channel exists. Every week, we bring one piece of that forgotten knowledge back. We pair it with the science that explains why it works. and we give you exactly how to use it. If today changed the way you think about your skin, about aging, about what your body is actually capable of, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds and it helps this reach the people who need it most. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there is a new forgotten plant waiting for you. And leave a comment below. Tell me which of these 7 plants surprised you the most. I read every single one. The healing was never lost. It was only forgotten.